Maybe you've done the mindset work. You've tried the protocols. You're doing everything right, everything that you've been told, but your symptoms are still hanging around. Here's what I want to offer you. Maybe the real issue isn't about fixing your body, but instead helping your nervous system feel safe enough to let go of the fight. So today we're going to talk about how to shift from survival to safety without needing to be symptom-free to feel better. So this episode is particularly relevant if you struggle with any chronic pain or illness or stress illness or symptoms related to stress. Welcome to the Resilience Podcast, episode 241, Overcome Chronic Pain and Illness, 10 Ways to Create Safety in Your Nervous System. Welcome to Building Resilience, a podcast where theory, practical strategies, and inspiring stories show you how to unlock your best life. I'm your host, Leah Davidson. As a certified life coach, speech-language pathologist, and nervous system resilience expert, it is my mission to teach you how to be more resilient to life's adversities. I will show you how to manage your mind, befriend your nervous system, process your emotions, and even eliminate stress. It's time to do more than just survive. It's time to thrive. Let's get started. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Just a reminder that if you are wanting to learn more about your nervous system and how to use it for you and not against you, then come join us in the Nervous System Journaling Club. It's a laid-back community where we learn about the nervous system and practice simple tools to help regulate, which also include journaling and doodling. No past experience or artistic talent required, just an openness and a willingness and a curiosity to learn how befriending your nervous system can be a game changer. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about 10 ways to create safety in your nervous system so that your body can stop bracing and start healing from chronic pain, illness, and stress. I'm trying to make each way super practical so you can jump in and try it. But I want to offer, don't jump in and try to do all of them all at once perfectly, because that actually sends a message of danger to your nervous system. So I just want to invite you to listen. Get curious about which one you might want to try. Dip in and try it, no pressure. And I've divided them into sections. We're going to talk first about body approaches because honestly, body always comes first. So the first thing is slow everything down. Now, I've done a whole podcast episode about slowing down, so you may want to go back and check that out. When you're rushing, your nervous system hears, "We're not safe." So we actually want to reverse that message by physically slowing down. And sometimes people will say, well, how? I have so much to do. How can I slow down? Or what do you even mean by slowing down? Like going in slow motion? And yes, kind of. I want you to try things like walk 10% slower, or talk 10% slower, eat without multitasking, or even chew slower. Pace out your bites. Pause before you answer a text. Write by hand instead of typing quickly, especially if you're a really fast typer. Hug slower, kiss slower. You see, your movement cues your biology. When you move like somebody's safe, your body starts to believe that you are. If you're rushing around, it's like you're sending your body a message, we are in danger. We are being chased by a tiger here. We better run faster. So we are then reinforcing messages of danger. Now, I catch myself doing this all the time. I'll even catch myself rushing while doing something that is supposed to be more relaxing. Now, the second thing you want to do is you want to use the safety sequence and practice it often. This is my go-to tool. You might be sick of hearing about it already. Well, I hope not, because it is one of the most valuable tools you can use over and over. It's simple, it's powerful, and it works best with repetition. So let's go over it one more time. What you're going to do is step one, you're going to ask yourself, am I safe? You're going to use your external senses. You're going to look around. What do you hear? What do you feel? What do you smell? You're grounding your system in empirical, objective evidence, reminding it you're not in immediate physical danger, even if your body feels like it is. Now, step 2 is where you're going to ask, do I feel safe? We're going to go inward. You're going to use interoception, your ability to feel what's going on inside your body. You're going to scan your body for tension, discomfort, tightness, emotion. We're not trying to fix anything. We're just trying to observe it. Your body is reacting to a perceived threat. So you're just witnessing that threat. Now, step 1 and step 2 can be done interchangeably as long as you do both. Step 3, acutely relax the body. So this is where you can try things like the physiological sigh, which is the double inhale and the long sigh out. Or you can let your body go floppy like a rag doll, or simply unsqueeze your butt. We hold tension everywhere, and a relaxed body cannot house a stressed state. So the goal isn't to eliminate your symptoms, but it is to teach your system, hey, this moment is different, we're safe. Practice this every day over and over and over, not just when you're struggling, because you want to stack these micro moments of safety, like almost like little bricks that are becoming your foundation. The third thing is you want to breathe as if you are safe. Now, if you are an annual member of my Nervous System Journaling Club, then last month you will have joined me for a 4-day breathwork virtual retreat. The first session was all about the why behind breathwork, and then we did 3 breathwork sessions. So if you're interested in that, then you still can join on the annual plan until the end of July to get the retreat as a free bonus. Now, most of us override our breath all day long. We don't pay attention to our breath. We just breathe. But breathing patterns shape how we feel, and it serves us to pay attention to our breath. So if we're striving for relaxation, then we want to focus on the exhalation. We want to slow it down. When we exhale, we activate the parasympathetic part of our nervous system. Inhale is more sympathetic, increasing energy, but exhale is heading towards that rest and digest. When we slow our breathing down, we send the message to our body that we are safe. When we're breathing more quickly, more shallow, that is how we breathe when we are in danger. So our breath is always sending a message of safety or danger. So we want to focus on deliberately sending messages of safety. And you can do this by trying a breath where you inhale through your nose for a count of 4 and then exhale through your mouth for a count of 6 or 8. And do this for a few cycles, especially when tension or symptoms are creeping in. This longer exhalation really sends the message of safety. It actually slows your heart rate down and it tones the vagus nerve and it signals it's okay to slow down. If you pair this with the safety sequence, you will double the impact because a relaxed body and a slow and low breath really can get you to a nice place of regulation. Now, number 4, gentle somatic movement. We don't need to force or push the body to work. In fact, if you have chronic symptoms, you might have spent a lot of time pushing yourself with intensity. But with chronic symptoms, less is actually more. So movement can help signal that you're not trapped, you're not frozen. You could try simple movements like just swaying side to side in a chair, or rolling your ankles, your wrists, or your shoulders, or tapping your feet rhythmically, stretching your arms slowly. Which movement doesn't really matter. What matters most is the presence while you move. You want to tune into the sensation, what it feels like in your body. It's not the performance. So those were all the body things. Let's move next to where the mind meets the body. Number 5 is we want to focus on safe self-talk, not toxic positivity. So as much as your nervous system is always paying attention and listening to what's happening in your body, it's also listening to your thoughts. It's paying attention. It doesn't want to be gaslit. It doesn't need toxic positivity. It doesn't need cheerleading even. What it needs is truth with compassion. And that will send messages of safety. So instead of something like saying, I'm totally fine, which you might actually not believe, try, this is hard and I can breathe through it. My body is reacting, not taking a break. This is a moment, not a forever. So this kind of language can help downshift your survival brain and it can help build trust with yourself. So you want to use language that includes both and. We want to remind ourselves we are strong, we are resilient, but also validating what we're experiencing is real and matters. Now, number 6 is we want to look at some specific self-talk. We need self-kindness phrases. Sometimes the pain or the fear is so loud. And the most regulating thing you can do is kind of like a whisper back with kindness, loving kindness, self-kindness. So things like, may I offer myself some comfort right now? May I feel safe in my own body? May I allow this moment to just be? And you kind of want to say it like it's a wish, not a goal, because you're not forcing. The nervous system never wants to be forced. Forcing is a danger signal. Instead, you want to be inviting. So you can say these things out loud or silently while doing some breath work or even while journaling or doodling. Lots of self-kindness, lots of self-compassion. So number 7, the next thing is you want to be outcome independent. If you've been in pain or struggling, the reality is you do want to feel better. Most of us are doing these things to feel better. That's a very normal human thing to do. But here's the paradox. When your brain feels too much pressure to heal or get rid of symptoms, it actually reinforces danger. The nervous system goes, uh-oh, things must be really bad if we're trying so hard. So instead, we want to do the breathing, do the journaling, do the stretching, not to get rid of the pain, but to support the you who is in pain. And this tiny shift can actually change everything because it's not about control, it's about compassion. And when you can let go of the outcome, when you can just be with what is, then you really can create more freedom for yourself. So the 8th thing you can do is you can try to curate a safe space. Your environment also sends constant messages to your nervous system. Remember, your nervous system is listening to everything, to what's happening in your body, what's happening in your mind, and then what is happening externally. So you can shape that signal. You can try to create small zones of safety. Maybe it's a corner with soft lighting, or your favorite playlist on repeat, or I love cozy textures, blankets, fuzzy socks. You can also reduce noise and clutter, anything that's visually chaotic. You don't need anything dramatic. You can simply create a corner where your body says, all right, I can soften here. Number 9, another thing you can do is simply visualize safety. Visualization is a very powerful tool. It actually is a neural rehearsal. You're showing your brain a different future, a different possibility. You're laying down a new track, a new pathway. So try this. Picture a safe place, a safe time, a safe activity from your past, and then tune into how you felt in that safe occasion. When was a good time? You felt good and safe and supported, and tune into that place or that moment. Or you can imagine your future self, calm, grounded, doing something that you love. And I really encourage you to use all your senses. See it, hear it, feel it. Even 60 seconds of this can change your physiology. And if visualizing feels hard for you, you can try drawing or doodling your safe place instead. Now, lastly, number 10, lean into co-regulation and rhythm. We heal in connection. We heal in relationships, not in isolation. And that's not just a trite thing to say. It is biology. Your nervous system is wired for connection. Before you even had words, your body learned to regulate through others. The tone of your caregiver's voice, or the warmth of their skin, or the steadiness of their presence. That's co-regulation. Babies survive with co-regulation. And co-regulation is the nervous system's way of saying, I'm not alone. I can settle here. And really, it's when one regulated nervous system helps another system return to safety. It's not about fixing, it's not about giving advice, it's simply being with, offering steady cues of safety through presence, through breath, through tone, and through connection. You don't need long conversations or big gestures. So you can try something like a solid hug, or laughing over something silly with a friend. Sitting beside somebody even in silence. Journaling together can be very powerful. Even petting your dog or watching a calming video of somebody else breathing slowly. Your system picks up on the cues. If they're calm, maybe I can be too. And then there's rhythm, the structure your body craves. Rhythm is the nervous system's version of reassurance. It says, I know what's coming next. I can relax. And you can start simple, like with breath work every morning to center your energy, just a few breaths, or journaling before bed to clear your mind, or a midday doodle when overwhelm creeps in. These aren't just habits, they're safety signals. The body finds comfort in patterns, in predictability, and it builds trust. So give your nervous system a rhythm to count on. And don't go at it alone. Co-regulation is part of the foundation you want to lay. So there you have it. I know that these may seem simple, especially when you have pain or any symptoms when you're suffering, but introducing safety drops into your safety bucket. This is actually how healing does happen. Try one thing out. Be outcome independent. This is not a race that we're in to get to a final destination. We are slowing down to be present for a journey. And the slower, the calmer, the more relaxed we can be, the better we will feel in the journey. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Building Resilience podcast. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about managing stress, building resilience, and leading a more purposeful life, then make sure we're connected on Instagram and Facebook at Leah Davidson Life Coaching. You can also subscribe to my weekly newsletter at www.leahdavidsonlifecoaching.com/newsletter. Looking forward to connecting.